Hey folks, Quill18 here, bringing you another Starcraft 2 commentary. I've only done a couple of them or so, but some people like them, and figure I'll throw one in here. Just a reminder that I am not a pro-level player. I am highly ranked in my Platinum League, but of course above Platinum there is Diamond, and then above Diamond there are the people who actually are quite good at this game. So, I'm going to be tailoring this replay, again, for people who may not play StarCraft, just with a lot of kind of basic information, as much as I can think of to convey. If you're looking for more pro-level StarCraft commentaries and replays, there's certainly plenty out there, so don't come looking for that. So let's start this up. I am playing as the red Zerg here on the left-hand side. You can see on the mini-map down here where I am. And I'm going to be playing against Akito, who is going to be playing as the blue Terran. And we are playing on Lost Temple, which is a map that many Zerg do not want to play against Terran on. You can see I'm going to send my Overlord down here to scout, which to the closest base by air, but there's going to be no one there. Because, of course, we can't see each other in the real game. So a lot of the Zerg don't like to play against Terran on this map because Zerg are a race that kind of need to have an extra expansion as quickly as possible, generally speaking. So what you'll see is a lot of Zerg will want to go and expand to here. This is called the natural expansion. Just outside my base, you can see the little ramp here, so I can get to it very easily and start a new base here and then start mining minerals as quickly as possible. The problem is there's a cliff right here, and Terran can pretty easily drop some units on this cliff using the medevacs, units like siege tanks and Thors, and bombard the heck out of your base. So it's a tough map to play against Terran on, but we'll see how this game develops as time goes on. So I'm pretty sure I'm going to go for that early expansion. I generally do. I'm probably going to build it. Yeah, and you can see I've already queued up this next drone that's going to pop is going to go and expand here. Now the Terran's doing a pretty good job. He's scouting right away. He's discovered where I am, so he's going to know where I am. He's also going to know what I'm doing, and he'll probably be able to figure out pretty quickly that I am in fact expanding. He hasn't seen a spawning pool. He knows there's not going to be any early aggression from me. And here I'm going to send out a drone of my own to go and scout. In fact, I think I was coming here to block just in case he was going to try to block me in with some bunkers, which some people try to do. Because I did stop there for a sec, but looks like that's not what he was looking to do. He's going to go home, and I'm just going to go to his place as well because I want to find out what he's doing. Things for me to look out for. This is a barracks where he can build marines and a variety of other units. If there were a couple barracks down early, I would have to be worried about some very early aggression. Also, counting the gas geysers. Gas is important for, and I'm going to pause here for a sec. Gas is important for the higher tech units. The more powerful, the later units tend to require a lot of this Vespene gas, whereas the earlier units tend to only require minerals. So Marines only need minerals. So if I came in here and I didn't see him with any gas at all, I would have to expect maybe he's going to go and plop down a ton of barracks. In fact, he does put down a second one here. He can put down a ton of barracks, spam out a ton of Marines, and again hit me fairly early on. Also, he may go no gas for a little while to expand himself, which would mean I would have to turn around and try to apply some pressure, probably. Or if I come in here and he'd already had both gas, that would be an indicator of some very early tech on his part. And then I would definitely have to worry about a drop or some banshees or something like that. But with one refinery, it's not necessarily indicative of anything. It means sort of all options are up. But what I'm about to do here with my drone is I want to get my drone around to scout, but he can be picked off pretty easily as soon as he builds a marine, and he is building a marine. So what I'm going to do is actually steal his gas, which is not a very expensive thing to do. And this building is actually fairly tough, so it'll take him that much longer to kill, so I'll get a little bit of sight in his base for a little bit longer. Also, it means he can't get his gas himself, which means he will be delayed if his plan is to go any sort of higher tech route, including doing some sort of Thor drop or something on me. Back at home, I remember this point here. I think I screw up my build a tiny bit. My spawning pool is just about done, and my hatchery is just about done. And what I'm going to want to do is build a queen at both bases. But I've actually supply blocked myself. I do start a overseer or an overlord here, but it's going to be a little bit delayed. So I start a queen here, but I'm not going to be able to start a queen right away, so I'm going to have to wait a tiny bit. So what the queens do, queens live inside your base more or less, and they do have a little bit of an attack, so they can stop some early harass. They can even hit air, which is pretty important for Zerg because it takes Zerg a while to build units that can actually hit air units. So they can defend you against some of that stuff, but more importantly is they inject extra larvae into your hatchery and let you build units faster. So I've started to build a Banelings nest, because at this point, yes, he's finally taken out my extractor, but I see 3 Marines at this point. It's possible. How do I check that? Right here. Okay, no, I only see the 1 barracks, but I assume that by the number of Marines, he must have more than 1, and there's a possibility that he could be looking to come at me pretty early. Now, Banelings are really, really good against Marines, and they're actually some of the most exciting parts of most games. Banelings are like, they're acid-filled blobs of gas. So what they do is they just run into people, explode, and spill acid all over them. And they're really good at taking out groups of light units like Marines. They just slaughter them. So I'm building a Baneling's nest, and I could actually pop out a Baneling now, but I don't think I will. Now, I do have a good number of Zerglings here, because I figure there's probably going to be a little harass, a little pressure, and I want just enough. I'm actually hiding them here. I'm hoping these Marines will come in this way, and I'll be able to boxing them from behind, so they're not able to escape. And in fact, that is what I'm going to try to do here. I do get a surround, more or less. They're able to leak out a little bit, but we're going to be able to take them out pretty easily and lose very few Zerglings, and Zerglings are really cheap units. So I'm going to go and swing by this way just to see if I can counterattack, but you can see the Terran has walled in here. Their supply depots can drop into the ground, so he's able to control whether his wall is open or not. Also, their buildings can lift off and move around, so he can wall me out, while at the same time being able to go out of his base whenever he wants. So I'm not going to be able to harass. I do have the opportunity, or the option, of converting these guys into Banelings. Banelings actually do extra damage against buildings as well, and blowing through. I'm happy just establishing that second base. I would like to spend my larva on getting more drones. What's the production tab here? Actually, I'm just getting Zergling speed, which is just about to finish, and a Roach Warren. Roaches are very, very good against Marines, and they are also, they're a range attacker, so if something does drop over here, I'm going to be able to shoot them, whereas my Zerglings can't. I do have 1 defensive spine crawler here. Again, since in higher level play, this would mean I would be investing too much in defenses and military as opposed to drones. I didn't just build 4 drones there, but higher level play, you want to build as much economy as you can possibly sustain without dying. Well, I'm not quite good enough to time that out exactly, but at the same time, it's not critical that I'm perfectly efficient with my economy in this game, because no one's quite that good at my level. So I can afford to be a little bit more cautious and defensive. But here you go, you can see what I'm talking about. There is the Thor, and I knew it was coming. I saw the factory when I think when I scooched up here with my Zerglings. I don't remember. In fact, I can just do one of those. Yeah, I knew there was a factory with a tech lab, so I certainly expected the Thor coming. So that's why I wanted some roaches on the table. I'm building a lot of drones right now. And the spine crawler is also going to be able to help, because if he drops there, I'm going to be able to move the spine crawler up here and use that to hit. So I'm definitely aware that all these things are a possibility. I'm building a couple Banelings just in case there's going to be a swarm of Marines coming forward. Just 2 Banelings can wipe out. If they land right, can hit, as many as 20 Marines. Usually don't get that to happen, but they're very, very effective, so having a couple works. But here you go, and I'm going to pause for a second, a little bit more, right here. Now, let's take a look at my vision. My vision, I can see these 4 SCVs. So what he's going to do, in fact, I can see this guy too. Oh, because I've got an Overlord here. So I know this is coming. And it'll be interesting to see exactly how I react. So what his plan is, he's going to take this Thor, drop it on the ledge here. Thors are very powerful and have good range attacks. And these are SCVs. These are the Terran worker units. He's then going to lift these guys up, drop them on the cliff, and these guys can repair mechanical units. So he's going to be able to keep his Thor alive, no problem. And what I'm trying to say is, I know the drop is coming because I can see it, and hopefully I'm reacting to that. But these 4 SCVs, which I can see, I should have sent my Zerglings here to kill them. That would have made a huge difference, because he wouldn't be able to repair them, or it would have taken a while because he would have had to ferry some more troops over. Meanwhile, his Thor might have died, or he may have just had to hang it in the back here and not do anything with it, which would also have been good. So production, let's see, units. So I'm well ahead in workers. I have 41 drones to his 19 SCVs. My economy is miles ahead of him, ridiculously ahead of him. I'm making tons of money, but this drop could be very bad. The reason that he didn't expand, I did. Instead, he teched up, which means he has this ability. And this is a classic sort of situation. I'm a little bit weaker because I don't have military, but a stronger economy. If he leaves me, if I'm able to survive this for a little while, I'm going to be far, far ahead of him. But it's possible that he can kill me, because I still, at this moment, all I've got is Zerglings. Zerglings are ground units, melee units. They can't attack up the cliff. I'm going to need to get some ranged people up soon. So I'm going to hit play and see exactly how I react. When do I react? And still nothing. Oh, I'm supply blocked as part of it. I'm trying to get those 2 overlords. The 2 overlords complete. Now I'm not supply blocked. I've got tons of money. What am I going to do? Oh, you can see this. I have moved my spine crawler up here. Spine crawlers are fairly potent and do have good range. They do a lot of damage. I'm curious, am I also moving down my second queen? No, I am not, and I should really be doing that. I'm actually I've got some money, so I'm gonna build some extra spine crawlers here in case he decides to attack with Marines. So he's shooting my Overlord, which I don't know if it was right, and then you can see my spine crawler start to attack the Thor, and my queen is also coming over to help do that. And I think we're gonna focus fire the Thor. Let's see how this works out here. A lot of damage here. I don't have enough mana for a transfuse. That's no good. Oh, and he's fully repaired the Thor, and that's it. I do have my second queen here, but both queens are damaged. I don't want to lose them. Too important. I'm starting to build roaches. I've got the spine crawlers in the front, just in case he comes with Marines. It may not have been a great idea, but I had money to spare. Now I'm out of money, and top to supply. I've already lost the gas geyser. He's going to try to shoot what he can. Can he not shoot this? No. But if he swings over here, he can hit some drones. So I'm going to move forward with my roaches as quickly as I can, and then... Oh, I don't have vision! I need to be able to see on top of the cliff to be able to hit him. So I'm moving the Overlord in range. There we go, doing damage to Thor. Another volley. Come on, almost got him, almost got him, almost got him! Oh my god! Down to 24 health. He's able to pull back and then start getting repaired. And crap, there was a great opportunity to try to kill him. So what am I going to do? I can't mine out of here. He can pick off a lot of these guys. I'm sort of in bad shape here. But in a moment, you're going to see something click in my brain. We're see. I'm still right now. I'm morphing a lot of Banelings. Okay, I think this is where I hit the plan. I'm morphing all my Zerglings into Banelings. They can't attack up here. What are they going to do? Nothing. And he's actually going to be dropping a whole lot of Marines here in a sec. Building a lot more roaches. I'm going to scooch forward. I'm just trying to keep him away from my supply line. Buy a little bit of time. Well, they're going to kill a Overlord there. There we go. My Baneling's complete, and I say, fine, fine. You want to harass my expansion? Especially with all these Marines who are going to help take out these Overlords. It means I can't shoot up, and I can't kill this thing anyway. You know what? That's fine. You can harass my expansion all that you want. There we go. Oh, I'm screwing up because of the queen and stuff back and forth. I say, you know what? I'm just going to go kill your base. How does that sound? I hope I don't waste a Baneling there. I do. That was terrible waste. 1 Baneling against 1 Marine is so not worth it. So yeah, I'm just going to kill your base. He is able to hit my my hatchery there. So my Banelings are going to come. They're going to bust through the supply depots. Bam, 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 bam. And then the Roaches, who are extremely heavily armored and are very good against Marines. Marines shoot fast, but they're low damage. So it means if you have a high armor setup, you're going to do a lot of damage. I should be microing these guys a little bit. I'm probably managing something around my base a little bit more. Oh, I lost my hatchery, so I don't know what I'm doing with all these drones. He's moving his SCVs forward. The SCVs do very little damage. They're no good against roaches. I still don't have that many. Looks like I'm moving all my... Oh, I'm going to expand down at the bottom. Just running these guys away because there's nothing they can do. And a whole lot more roaches. So, you know, the moral of the story is just make a lot of stuff and go kill the other guy. You know, I just needed to stop being fancy over here with the Thor. It's like, you know what? Fine. You can have that base. I will just kill you. How do you like that? So he's brought his Marines back, but again, Marines don't kill roaches exceptionally quickly. Yeah, I'm going to move these guys in, just surround the Marines, spit acid at them. Pshoo! 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 You can see that technique there, because there's a certain amount of lag time between each shot. I fire a shot, move forward, fire a shot, move forward, and I can keep sneaking into position without actually sacrificing any damage. You can do this in League of Legends, all kinds of games. Very, very important technique. And I won that one. And I feel great. I remember because I had not played a real game in like 3 weeks before this. This was my very first game. I was super nervous, and I go in, and it's like the worst possible matchup. Like, Zerg versus Terran on Lost Temple is so bad, and I destroyed this guy. I'm like, yeah, I'm so good. And then I think I lost like 4 games in a row afterwards. But there you go. I hope you enjoyed this game. I like Starcraft. I'll still be doing some of these games from time to time when I get bored. But anyway, that's it. Talk to you later.